Hi guys, it's Wendy and I'm here to talk all things timeshare and specifically don't do it. Never buy timeshare. That's what I'm here to specifically talk about. And you can check out my book on Amazon. But today, let's just jump right into it because I'm going to tell you today 10 things that timeshare salespeople will never tell you. Okay, 10 things. Number one is they're never going to tell you how much money they make. They can make some massive commissions. They can make $10,000 to $20,000 a sale. That's why they're so aggressive. The more that they can get out of you, the bigger their paycheck. So they can make some pretty good money on that. That's why they're doing it, and they've got to be pit bulls for it. So that's secret number one. Secret number two is that this resort that you're at, where they're showing you around and trying to get you to buy, is probably built on debt. Probably most timeshare resorts are leveraged to the hilt. So if occupancy drops, your maintenance fees are going to probably skyrocket to cover those costs. And they're never going to tell you that. So, no. Secret three is they're never going to talk to you in general about maintenance fees and how they can double and even triple. They're going to show you the current fees. Oh, it's only $1,000 a year. No problem. They're not going to tell you that that goes up every single year, and then by the time you're 10 years in, you're paying 4,000, right? And it was only 1,000 before. Never ever going to tell you that. Secret number four, they're not going to talk about how point systems are designed to devalue. So they're like, oh, 20,000 points, you're never going to need any more. Oh, then the system changes. Suddenly, to get the week that you like to go and you were trying to go is now 50,000 points. So now you need to buy 30,000 more points. Marriott Vacation Club, I'm looking at you here. More points is required for this property now. And in order to get it, you got to keep buying more points. They're not going to tell you that, right? That system will change, and it can change whenever they feel like it. So that is secret number four. Secret five is exchange companies are a scam within a scam, right? Timeshare is already a scam. So you have things like Interval International and RCI, and they're like, oh, don't worry, Marriott people. You can throw your property in there. You don't want to go back to Orlando, no problem. Put it in there, and then you can get a ski weekend somewhere else. And oh, you can get a Ritz Carlton, stay. And when you're, in New York City, and they're going to tell you that, and no, you're not. You're going to pay all these additional fees that are hidden, more exchange fees and more add-on fees, and you still probably aren't going to get the date or the locations you want, because if it's a desirable location, the people who have it are going to get it right away, and they're going to be renting them out to other people. They're not, so a lot of properties aren't just all timeshare. They're actually going after people who want to be at that place in New York City. So they're just paying out of pocket for it, and you're never going to get it by trading in through RCI. So you're going to end up paying all this money and still not getting anywhere there. So we're halfway through our secret. Secret number six is that your week may not be yours. You're like, oh, I always want to go away on July 4th week, and I always want to be at Hilton Head Beach. You're like, great, no problem. You don't own that. You're competing with everybody else, especially if you have points. You don't get that week anymore. They don't do that anymore in timeshare. In fact, they've been trying to get away from that. If you have a deeded week for a certain week, they're trying to buy all those out and transform you over to these points. So your week is not your week. Good luck getting Christmas, at a ski resort. It's never going to happen, ever, ever, unless you bought it that way back in the day. And those owners are not going anywhere. They're gonna keep that. So you are not getting your week. I can tell you that right now. Secret number seven, and this comes right off that, is they can change the roles whenever they want, whenever they feel like it, willy-nilly. It's not written in your contract. Look, they've told you all sorts of things, not in your contract, that's always going to stay the same, that your maintenance fees always going to be this amount, that's only going to be 10,000 points to get this, that you can always get Christmas week. They're never going to write anything that down. Roles can change the day after you sign that paperwork, right? So again, that's another secret that they are just not going to tell you. Secret number 8, I really like this one, is that customer service disappears after the sale. That salesperson that was your best buddy, oh my gosh, you had so much in common. She loved your nails. She was talking to you. She was like, oh, you seem so much like me. You're never going to hear from her again. She's going to disappear. She's made her money. And I had an experience with this once at Marriott Vacation Club in Hilton Head at Grand Ocean. And Dale, you jerk, you know who you are. You're the one who sold it, and then oh, if we have questions, I'll be available to you. Here's my direct number. No, just like a bad boyfriend, gone. So you will never, ever hear them again. So the complaints are going to go unnoticed, uncared for. Probably a fake number, fake email. They're never going to answer you. So don't count on it. That's That's another secret there. Secret number 9 is that bankruptcy won't save you. In many states, you can't discharge a timeshare obligation through bankruptcy. So the fees could follow you forever. So if they're trying to say, oh, don't worry, if you say, oh, I might get sick or my problem, oh, don't worry, you can, you might not have to do pay, or, you could always declare bankruptcy. No, you can't. You're stuck. You're stuck. Secret number 9. It's another reason not to do it. And the last one, this is the biggest one, is it is not an investment. And the secret is that they're going to tell you it's an investment, and they know that investment pitch is a lie. Timeshares are not investments. They are depreciating liabilities. They're a liability from the beginning because you got to pay those maintenance fees every year. And a lot of times you financed your outlay from the beginning. So it was a liability, and it's depreciating because when you try to sell your property, try to sell that Marriott week or that condo and see what you get for it now. It's definitely not going to be what you put up from the beginning. So that's another secret they're not going to tell you, is that they're depreciating liabilities. They're going to say, oh, it's an investment. It's not. Never an investment. So there you have it. 10 secrets right from the timeshare presenters themselves. These are right from the people who were in the industry and got out, and then they're happy to tell you what the secrets are. And those were the 10 secrets, and they're just deplorable, in my opinion. Which one shocked you the most? I'd love to hear about it. What's another secret maybe that's not on the list of the top 10 that you know from being a timeshare salesperson or from going to those presentations and that type of thing? Shoot me a comment. I'd love to hear it, and definitely hit subscribe. And I guess that's all I have to say today. So thanks. See you later.